Okay, children, today we are continuing a new chapter. So far, we learned integers. We did many problems in integers. We did their properties regarding addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. And today's class, we are going to start a new chapter called fractions and decimals. First, we learned what is a fraction. What do you mean by fraction? Any part of a whole is called a fraction. Suppose you are given an apple and you are going to start to eat it. Generally, if we are singly eating, what we take? We eat the apple directly. But some of your friends are there with you, then we won't eat apple without sharing with them. So to share with them, what we do? We cut the apple into pieces. Suppose there are 3 friends of you. What we do? We divide the apple into 4 parts, so that one part is taken by you and the other 3 parts are given to your friends. So when one apple is there, you are dividing that into 4 parts. A whole is divided into 4 parts, which we call as 1 by 4. A whole is divided into 3 parts, which we call as 1 by 3 or 1/3. A whole is divided into 2 parts, we call it as 1 by 2 or half. 1 by 4 is called quarter. 1 by 3 is called 1/3. 1 by 5 is called 1/5. 5 by 6 is called 5/6. 5 parts are there, 5 holes or 5 apples are there, which is divided into 6 portions. Suppose you have 5 chocolates with you and you have 6 friends. You want to divide 5 chocolates with 6 people. So 5 by 6. So whatever may be the whole, it may be 1 or it may be 2, it may be 3, it may be 4 or it may be 5. So the 5 parts are divided into 6 people. 5 apples are divided into 6 people. 5 chocolates are divided into 6 friends. Like this you can understand it. 5 by 6 is also a fraction, where a fraction contains numerator and denominator. So this upper part is called numerator and this is called denominator. So what you can write the first point as fraction. Any part of a whole is called a fraction. Is called a fraction. You can write any example of your choice. 1 chocolate is divided into 4 persons. 1 apple is divided between 3 persons. 1 fruit is divided between 2 persons. 1, whatever may be the article, it is divided into 5 parts. So this is how we can understand a fraction. Already we learned this in the earlier classes. We learned about different types of fractions also. So we are just recollecting what are the types of fractions. What is this fraction? We call this as 3 by 5. What is the numerator? 3. What is the denominator? 5. 3 by 5 is a fraction where numerator is 3 and denominator is 5. Numerator is 3, denominator is 5. This we call as a fraction. What type of fraction it is? As the numerator is less than the denominator or denominator is more than the numerator, such fraction is called proper fraction. So already we learned this. So this is called a proper fraction. So your question will be, what is proper fraction? A fraction in which numerator is smaller than the denominator or denominator is greater than the numerator is called a proper fraction. Numerator smaller than denominator or denominator is greater than the numerator. Such fractions are called proper fractions. We can write many examples for proper fraction. Is it a proper fraction? Yes. Why? 4 is the numerator, 7 is the denominator. 4 is less than 7 or 7 is greater than 4. What is this? 7 by 11, is it a proper fraction? Yes. 7 is the numerator, 11 is the denominator, 7 is less than 11 or 11 is more than 7, it is a proper fraction. Like this you can write many proper fractions. All these are proper fractions. You can write many examples. The rule is numerator is smaller than the denominator or denominator is more than the numerator. Such fractions are called proper fractions. So you have to write the second point as what is proper fraction? A fraction in which numerator is smaller than the denominator or denominator is more than the numerator. We call such fractions as proper fractions. We can write some examples. Next we are going to understand improper fraction. I am going to write a new fraction 7 by 3. Here the condition is opposite to 3 by 7. Here numerator is more and denominator is small, or denominator is small, numerator is more. 7 by 3. This we call as improper fraction. Improper fraction. What are improper fractions? Third point you have to write. Improper fraction. A fraction in which numerator is greater than the denominator or denominator is smaller than the numerator is called an improper fraction. A fraction in which numerator is greater than or more than the denominator or denominator which is smaller than or less than the numerator is called an improper fraction. 7 by 3, 6 by 5, 11 by 4, 13 by 2, all these are improper fractions. So what is proper fraction? First we learned numerator is less than the denominator. What is improper fraction? Numerator is more than the denominator. Such fractions are called improper fractions. And the next point, that is the fourth point, is mixed fractions. Mixed fractions. So what is a mixed fraction? First we want to consider an improper fraction 11 by 3. Numerator is more than the denominator. This we can divide. Here 11 is divided with 3. That is numerator is divided with the denominator. 3 divides 11 3 times. 3 3s are 9. There is a remainder 2. Now this quotient, remainder and divisor are put together to write a fraction. So what is the quotient you got? 3. And what is the remainder you got? 2. Write that 2 as numerator and the divisor as the denominator. Now you got a new fraction called 3 2 by 3. This 3 2 by 3 is also a fraction consisting of a whole number and a proper fraction. So what is mixed fraction? Fraction consisting of a whole number and a proper fraction is called mixed fraction. How you get mixed fraction? Mixed fractions are obtained from improper fractions. By dividing the greater numerator with the smaller denominator, we get a whole number and a proper fraction. So improper fraction is converted into mixed fraction, which contains a whole part and a proper fraction. That is what is called mixed fraction. What is mixed fraction? A fraction consisting of a whole part or a whole number and a proper fraction is called mixed fraction. You can write many examples. 3 2 by 5 is a mixed fraction. 4 1 by 3 is a mixed fraction. 5 7 by 11 is a mixed fraction. Like this you can write many more. A whole number and a proper fraction. The fraction should be a proper fraction, not improper. When you write a mixed fraction, whole number will be there and a proper fraction will be there. Don't write improper fraction by representing a mixed fraction. For representing a mixed fraction, don't write a whole number together with an improper fraction. You have to write a whole number with a proper fraction. So all these points we learned in earlier classes. So just recollect what is a fraction. Any part of a whole is called a fraction. What are the types of fractions? Proper fractions, improper fractions, mixed fractions. What is a proper fraction? A fraction in which numerator is smaller than the denominator or denominator is more than the numerator is called a proper fraction. What is an improper fraction? A fraction in which numerator is greater than the denominator or denominator is smaller than the numerator is called an improper fraction. What is a mixed fraction? A mixed fraction is a fraction in which you have a whole part and a proper fraction. A whole number and a proper fraction together is called a mixed fraction. Mixed fractions are obtained from improper fractions. All these we learnt in the earlier classes. So, now I am going to explain you a point. What is this 5 by 7? What type of fraction it is? It is a proper fraction. Why it is a proper fraction? Numerator is smaller than the denominator. You have to put questions like that. So, what Sir explained? Sir said about proper fraction. You have to recollect the definition. What is a proper fraction? Numerator is smaller than the denominator. It is there or not? 5 by 7 is what type of fraction? It is proper fraction. Now, I am multiplying numerator with 2 and denominator also with 2. What I get? 10 by 14. 10 by 14 is a new fraction. How you get it? By multiplying the proper fraction 5 by 7 both in numerator and denominator by 2. You got 10 by 14. 10 by 14 is another proper fraction, but you have a small link here. 5 and 7 are multiplied by the same number. You obtained a new fraction which is in the form of 10 by 14. So, this 10 by 14 is called the equivalent fraction of 5 by 7. I multiply 5 by 7 again with 4. What I get? 20 by 21. 20 by 21 is also an equivalent fraction of the given fraction 5 by 7. So, what are equivalent fractions? Fractions obtained by multiplying the numerator and denominator by the same number. What are equivalent fractions? New fractions are obtained by multiplying the given fraction in numerator and denominator by the same number are called equivalent fractions. How can you write 5 equivalent? Suppose I give you a question. Write 5 equivalent fractions of 3 by 5. Write 5 equivalent fractions of 3 by 5. What I am going to do? I am multiplying 3 by 5 with any number. మీ ఇష్టం ఏదైనా తీసుకోవచ్చు. You multiply both numerator and denominator by 2. What we get it? 6 by 10. 6 by 10 is one of the equivalent fraction of 3 by 5. Next, I am going to multiply 3 by 5 with 4 both in numerator and denominator. I get 12 by 20. 3 by 5 is multiplied with 5. 15 by 25. 3 by 5 is multiplied with 6 both in numerator and denominator. 18 by 30. 3 by 5 is multiplied with 10 both in numerator and denominator. You got 30 by 50. So, 6 by 10, 12 by 20, 15 by 25, 18 by 30, 30 by 50. All these are equivalent fractions of the given fraction 3 by 5. So, what is the fraction given? 3 by 5. How you get its equivalent fraction? By multiplying both numerator and denominator by the same number. So, to get the equivalent fraction of the given fraction, you have to multiply the numerator and denominator by the same number. The new fractions obtained are called equivalent fractions of the given fractions. So, here 3 by 5 is given. I multiplied with 2, I got 6 by 10. I multiplied with 4, I got 12 by 20. I multiplied with 5, I got 15 by 25. I multiplied with 6, I got 18 by 30. And I multiplied with 10, I got 30 by 50. These are all equivalent fractions of 3 by 5. I think you followed. Next. We are comparing fractions. Ramesh solve 2 by 7 part of an exercise. An exercise is given, maybe any subject. Exercise. While Seema solved Seema solved 4 by 5 of it. Who solved lesser part? Who solved lesser part? Suppose the same question is given in whole numbers or integers. There are 20 problems in an exercise. Ramesh solved 15 problems and Seema solved 12 problems. Who did more means you compare 15 and 12. 15 is greater than 12, you say, so Ramesh did more problems or Seema did less number of work or less number of problems. When the comparison is in integers or whole numbers, it is very easy to compare. But when the comparison is with respect to fractions, you have to follow some rules. So what is the part completed by Ramesh? 2 by 7. I write that as the first step. Part solved by Ramesh is equal to how much? 2 by 5. Part solved by Seema is equal to 2 by 7 maybe 4 by 5. So how to compare this? We take the LCM of the denominators, because to compare fractions they must be like fractions. We learned that definition in earlier classes. What are like fractions? Fractions having the same denominator are like fractions. As I said, one example, Ramesh did 15 problems in the exercise and Seema did 12 problems in the exercise. Who did lesser part? Seema. 12 is less than 15. Who did more part? Ramesh. 15 is more than 17. So there you are comparing integers. Now you are comparing fractions. In comparing the fractions, they must be like fractions. That is very important point you have to remember. What are like fractions? Fractions having the same denominator are called like fractions. This is another definition you have to remember. In comparison of fractions, you need like fractions. If the given fractions are not like fractions, you have to convert them into like fractions. So 2 by 7, 4 by 5. What are the denominators? 7 and 5. They are not the same. So in such case, we take the LCM of 7 and 5. LCM of 7, 5 is 35, because 7 and 5 are prime numbers. When the LCM are taking for prime numbers, you have to take the product of the numbers. Now convert this into 35 as the denominator. So 2 by 7 is multiplied in numerator and denominator by 5. You get 10 by 35. Similarly, 4 by 7 is multiplied with 2 by 7 is multiplied. 4 by 5 is multiplied with 7 in the numerator and 7 in the denominator. So you got 28 by 35. Now both the fractions are having the same denominator. Now you compare the numerator. 28 is more than 10. Or 10 by 35 is less than 28 by 35, or 2 by 7 is less than 4 by 5. So who did the lesser part? Ramesh did the lesser part of the work. So here we compared fractions. So in comparing fractions, what you need to know? The fractions must be like fractions. If the fractions are not like fractions, we want to convert them into like fractions. How to convert the given fractions into like fractions? By taking common denominator for the denominators. Common denominator will occur by taking the LCM of the denominators. All this we learned. Just we are recollecting how to compare fractions. Like fractions can be compared easily. So to compare like fractions, they must have the same denominator. If the denominator is not same, we convert the fractions into like fractions by taking the LCM of the denominators. So this is what you have to do. What is the part solved by Ramesh? 2 by 7. What is the part solved by Seema? 4 by 5. Are the denominators are same? No. What is the LCM of 7 and 5? 35. Convert 2 by 7 into a fraction having the denominator 35. multiply both numerator and denominator by 5, you get 10 by 35. Similarly, 4 by 5 is converted into the fraction having denominator 35, it is 28 by 35. Now compare 10 and 28, 10 is smaller than 28, therefore 10 by 35 is smaller than 28 by 35, or 2 by 7 is smaller than 4 by 5. So Ramesh solved lesser part of the exercise. Next, Seema purchased, or Samira purchased 3.5 kgs of apples and 3/4 kgs of oranges. What is the total weight? What is the total weight? What is the total weight of the fruits purchased? What is the total weight of the fruits purchased by her? So what is the question about? Again the question is on fractions. Samira purchased 3.5 kgs of apples, 3/4 kgs of oranges. What is the total weight of the fruits purchased by her? So here the numbers are given in terms of fractions. What is the total weight? Total means generally addition. So what is the weight of apples? We start solution. Weight of apples is equal to 3.5 kgs. 3.5 is a mixed fraction. Convert that into improper. 2 3s are 6, 6 plus 1, 7/2 kgs. Weight of oranges is equal to 3/4 kg. Again 4 4s are 16, 16 plus 3, 19/4 kg. We want to find the total weight. Total weight, I will write on the top. Total weight is equal to total weight of fruits. We can combine them as fruits is equal to 7/2 plus 19/4. What are the denominators? 2 and 4. How to add these two fractions? By taking common denominator. So what is the LCM of 2 and 4? LCM of, I am striking the problem. LCM of 2 and 4 is 4, because 4 is a multiple of 2. 4 is a multiple of 2. Whenever you are finding LCM, one is a smaller number, the other one is a bigger number. You want to observe whether the bigger number is a multiple of the smaller number or not. Here 4 is a multiple of 2, therefore 4 is the LCM. So 7/2, numerator and denominator are multiplied with 2, you get 14/4. 19/4, both numerator and denominator are multiplied by 1, you get 19/4. Therefore 14/4 plus 19/4 is equal to 33/4. 14 plus 19 you have to add by 4. You get 33/4 is equal to 8/1/4 kgs. That is the total weight of the fruits. So this is also a problem on addition only, but addition of fractions. What type of fractions are given? Mixed fractions. 3/1/2 is a mixed fraction. 4/3/4 is another mixed fraction. We want to add those fractions. What we did? First we converted the fractions into improper, and by taking the LCM of the denominators, converting the fractions into like fractions, we added the fractions, we got the total weight equal to 33 by 4 or 8 1 by 4 kgs. Again the answer is represented in mixed fraction form. All these we learned in the earlier classes. So just you have to recollect previous knowledge to get the present knowledge. So మనం ఆల్రెడీ ఏం నేర్చుకున్నాము, దాని అప్లికేషన్ ఎలా వస్తుంది మనకు, ఇది మనం అబ్జర్వ్ చేయాలి. యూ హ్యావ్ టు అబ్జర్వ్ వాట్ వీ లెర్న్ సో ఫార్ అండ్ హౌ టు అప్లై అవర్ ప్రీవియస్ నాలెడ్జ్ రిగార్డింగ్ అడిషన్, సబ్ట్రాక్షన్, మల్టిప్లికేషన్ అండ్ డివిజన్. సో దిస్ ఈస్ హౌ వీ కంటిన్యూ fractions and decimals. Next. So what we learned so far today? We learned about fraction. What is a fraction? Anything that a part of a whole is called a fraction. Anything which is a part of a whole is called a fraction. What are the types of fractions? Proper fraction, improper fraction, mixed fraction. What is a proper fraction? A fraction in which numerator is smaller than the denominator is a proper fraction. A fraction in which numerator is greater than the denominator is an improper fraction. A fraction in which you have a whole number and a proper fraction is called mixed fraction. So these are the points we learned. Already you know that, just we are recollecting our previous knowledge. We did some problems also in fractions. We converted the given fractions into equivalent fractions. How you get equivalent fractions? By multiplying the numerator and denominator by the same number, we get the equivalent fractions of the given fraction. Then I told you another point. What are like fractions? What are like fractions? Fractions having the same denominator are called like fractions. How like fractions are useful for us? For comparison of fractions, which is greater and which is smaller, if you convert the given fractions into like fractions, we can compare the fractions very easily. And then we did a problem on addition of fractions. A girl named Seema purchased 3.5 kgs of apple and 4 3 by 4 kgs of oranges. What is the total weight of the fruits? This is the question. So here the application you have to do is addition, because you are finding the total weight of the fruits. The values are given in fractions. One is 3 1 by 2, the other one is 4 3 by 4. What type of fractions are they? They are mixed fractions. To add them, convert both into improper fractions. 3 1 by 2 is 7 by 2, 4 3 by 4 is 19 by 4. To add those two fractions, what we took? We took the LCM of the denominators and converting the fractions into like fractions, we added the numerators, we got 33 by 4 as the fraction, which is an improper fraction. Again it is represented in terms of mixed fraction. 8 1 by 4 kgs is the total weight of the fruits. So like this we are continuing second chapter, which is fractions and decimals. You start writing the notes. Suppose you didn't write the first chapter well, just leave some pages. You ask any of your friends how many pages they took nearly. That depends on your handwriting also. If you are writing small letters, it will be less number of pages. If you are writing bigger size of letters, it will take more pages. So that depends upon your writing. So start writing first chapter. If you didn't start so far, you start it. Keep a classwork. Start writing the notes according to what I explained, or wait till we get the textbooks. That is another choice. You write in a rough notes at least what I told so far. I told about integers. We discussed about natural numbers. We discussed about whole numbers. We discussed about integers. Whole numbers including negative numbers are called integers. We did the properties in addition: closure, commutative, associative, identity, inverse property under addition; closure, commutative, associative, identity, inverse properties under multiplication, subtraction, division. All that we learnt in the earlier chapter. Already if you are following the classes, just go through the earlier classes, recollect the gist of the classes, write a separate notes. First you keep a rough notes, because our textbooks have not yet come. Once you receive the textbooks, you can write the classwork properly, and till then you write in a small rough notebook. Make down all the points. 1 or 2 points we can add in the classwork. The same notes you can write in the classwork also. So start writing the notes first. so that you can understand what we learned so far, what we learned in integers, because I am already starting the second chapter, which is fractions and decimals. If you are not following my classes, it is very difficult after entering into live classes. We pray God to start physical classes, that is all of you coming to school. That will be a good way of learning. But these online classes, you can understand the lessons only if you are very attentive. Even in classes also you have to be attentive, but there we will be monitoring you. A particular boy is not listening, I will tell, Ma, come on, listen the class, follow the class carefully, so that you will be again coming to attention and following the class. But in video classes it is not the same. Whenever you sit for listening to a particular subject, you have to put your concentration entirely on the class, so that you can understand the points what the teacher is explaining in the particular subject. It may be languages or groups. You have to follow strict attention. If you are attentive in the class, you can learn more subject, and that will last for long. ఎక్కువ రోజులు గుర్తుంటుంది మనకు. బాగా గుర్తుంటేనే ఏదైనా మనము సొంతగా కూడా చేయగలం. A problem is given, by observing the conditions in the problem, you can solve those problems. So children, I wish you all the best. Follow the classes carefully, and we continue next class, fractions and decimals. Any doubts in the first chapter also, you just message me. I will explain your doubts in the coming videos. Thank you children. We continue tomorrow.